I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot, I've seen a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like, this can't take nobody not saying nothing.
You've been ducking this boy's DNA for all its life. Take the test.
Who knows what it's for, money or friendships or whatever they got going on. But I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the victims and we did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong but coming here, tell you guys the truth.
Chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline. It's like all of this just by accident.
Yeah, it is important that I know who my biological father is, just because, you know, my mom's health, I don't know if it's coming from our family or it's coming from the other side, and that would be something I really would want to find out, because, you know, in the future, you don't know what could happen.
Let's get one thing clear. Nobody on this planet actually believed this day would come. Not Beyonce, not Jay-Z, not even Rymir Satterthwaite, the man who's been screaming his truth for years. But here we are, and the courtroom just pulled off something no diss track, no gossip blog, no industry whisper ever managed to do. It cracked open the Carter empire right down the middle, half. That's the staggering amount of Jay-Z's fortune a judge just ordered into Rymir's hands. And don't get it twisted, this isn't some symbolic little payout to quiet the noise. No, this is real money, the kind that shakes boardrooms, rattles partnerships, and puts billion-dollar business deals in danger overnight. Suddenly, Jay-Z's empire doesn't look untouchable anymore, and Beyonce's fortune is right in the blast zone too.
She met Jay-Z and had intercourse with him. How old was she?
I would say I think she was about 16, 17, or 16, just turning 16 or 17. I know it was one of them.
And Jay-Z was what age?
I wouldn't happen to know. I think was he in his 20s?
I read 22.
Oh, yeah.
I think I read 22, but he was in his 20s.
Yes, I wouldn't happen to know his age, but 22, I'm pretty sure if they put that out there, then.
Behind the velvet ropes and diamond smiles, insiders say Beyonce is breaking down. Not the polished queen dripping in glamour on stage, but a woman in private, crushed by tears and frustration, watching everything she's built start slipping through her fingers. And here's the kicker. This isn't just Jay-Z's skeletons crawling out of the closet. This is about the Carter brand itself. Music, fashion, real estate, billion-dollar ventures, all stitched together on a carefully crafted image now ripping apart at the seams. All because of secrets buried so deep in Jay-Z's past. I really try not to think about it, I go on with my life, because, anything could happen, but, I still gotta live for myself at the end of the day. I still gotta work and bring an income for me. I can't sit around, I gotta get up off my feet and do something. I can't wait on the world. Like, I can't say, I can't wait on anybody to want to respond when they want to. It is important that I know who my biological father is, just because, my mom's health, I don't know if it's coming from our family or it's coming from the other side, and that would be something I really would want to find out, because, in the future, you don't know what could happen. And a lot of people are so quick to judge because they see somebody coming out and try to find out if the person, trying to find out things, they so negative to push you down. And here's where it gets even uglier. This isn't some cheating scandal you can sweep under the rug, and it's not a PR firestorm that fades in a week. This is legal, final, and stamped in black and white. A judge didn't just listen to gossip. He looked at the facts and ruled that Jay-Z owes Rymir a slice of the empire. Not hush money, not a secret settlement, but half of everything, including assets tied directly to Beyonce's name. Let that sink in for a second. The mansions, the joint businesses, the tour money, the streaming royalties, every dollar is so intertwined that even if Beyonce tried to break away, she'd be stuck in a financial spiderweb of epic proportions. And this is where it gets truly chilling. Because the woman the world knows as untouchable, the queen of flawless control, is reportedly falling apart behind closed doors. Insiders whisper she feels trapped, cornered, completely blindsided. This isn't the shadow of an affair haunting her, it's another woman's child now holding legal power over her family's fortune. She never signed up for this nightmare, and the whispers are growing louder. Beyonce may be preparing to walk away. Divorce rumors aren't just tabloid fluff anymore.
It's something crazy going on with this case. Honestly, I just want everybody in the world just to keep their eyes open and just watch things that happen that this like how things unfold, because it's crazy. It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers, this fraud, collusion. Who knows what it's for? Money or friendships or whatever they got going on. But I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the victims and we did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong but come in here, tell you guys the truth, put our life on the line, come to every court case and give you 100% plus of us. And basically we just got stepped over.
These whispers aren't coming from random blogs, they're coming from people who know Beyonce personally. Legal teams, business partners, advisors, the very people who help keep her empire standing. And what they're saying is chilling. Beyonce has already started cutting financial ties, locking down Parkwood Entertainment, Ivy Park, and every venture she built with her own hands. She's not doing it to be petty, she's doing it because survival is the only option left. Here's the brutal truth. Beyonce might still love Jay-Z, she might have forgiven his past sins. Lemonade showed the world just how deep that pain ran. But love doesn't pay court orders, and love sure doesn't protect your legacy when the government is slicing up your fortune like a pie. For Beyonce, whose image has always been her strongest weapon, this is no longer a private relationship crisis. This is a full-blown brand emergency. And don't think the danger ends here, because this court ruling could open the floodgates wide.
And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like, it's not far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like, it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot, I've seen a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like, this can't take nobody not saying nothing. Like, it's not fair.
Rymir might not be the only one. There are whispers of other names, old accusations that once sounded far-fetched, now suddenly feel possible. Some even claim Jay-Z quietly paid people off in the past to bury scandals. And if even one more person steps forward and their story sticks, this empire could shatter beyond repair. This is way bigger than family drama. This is a full-scale assault on the Carter legacy. Right now, Beyonce looks like she's standing in the middle of a battlefield she never signed up for, watching the empire she poured her soul into crumble piece by piece. And Jay-Z? He isn't just fighting lawyers, he's watching the myth of his own life unravel right in front of the world. For decades, Jay-Z sold the image of the ultimate hustler success story, the streetwise kid who rose to billionaire mogul, untouchable in music, business, and culture. Roc Nation, Tidal, Armand de Brignac. Every move, every handshake deal, every flashy announcement was designed to scream control and legacy. But this court ruling just exposed a brutal truth. That control was always more fragile than anyone realized. Now the mask is slipping, the foundation is shaking, and the empire is wobbling like never before. And this isn't just about money, it's about power, respect, and reputation. Business partners don't stick around when scandal explodes, when instability rattles the boardroom, and when headlines scream about secret kids and hidden relationships. Word on the street is some of Jay-Z's closest collaborators are already jumping ship. Deals are suddenly on pause, boardrooms are filled with tension, and investors are pressing for answers nobody wants to give. Because here's the truth. Nobody wants their brand tied to a crumbling icon, no matter how many Grammys or billion-dollar headlines he once flaunted. And just when it couldn't get worse, fresh allegations dropped, this time with nothing to do with Rymir. A lawsuit has now been amended to include Jay-Z's name in a civil assault case linked to another high-profile figure in the industry. The details are dark, disturbing, and exactly the kind of headline that sends shivers through corporate boardrooms. And here's the kicker. Whether the claims stick or not doesn't even matter. The simple association is poison for business. And with Rymir's courtroom victory already shaking the Carter brand, this new development feels like pure gasoline thrown on an already raging fire. Meanwhile, Beyonce is moving like a chess master behind the scenes. Insiders whisper she's meeting with top-tier legal and financial strategists, drawing sharp lines around her empire, restructuring assets, and putting protective walls around Parkwood, Ivy Park, and beyond. These aren't moves of confidence, they're moves of survival. Because if Beyonce is preparing for the storm to get worse, Beyonce isn't sitting around hoping this storm blows over. She's fortifying her empire. She's locking down Ivy Park, shielding Parkwood Entertainment, and tightening her grip on every piece of her music rights. She's not waiting for Jay-Z's chaos to spill over into her world. She's already drawn the line before the courts have the chance to do it for her. And that leads to the question everybody's whispering. Is the split already underway? Because when money starts moving like this, it's never just about money. It's about independence, about freedom, about making sure when the empire burns, you're not left holding someone else's ashes. The wild part? Nobody saw this coming. Jay-Z spent decades dodging accusations, rumors, and legal threats, always managing to slip through untouched. Most believed he'd forever stay one step ahead. But this time, the courts cornered him. The ruling that handed Rymir such a massive piece of the pie didn't come from hype, fame, or legacy. It came from silence. Jay-Z's failure to respond, to act, to acknowledge. That silence cost him everything. Now the internet is on fire. Fans are split down the middle, some rushing to defend Jay-Z, insisting this is just a twisted misunderstanding or an outrageous legal reach. But others are calling it what they see as long overdue karma, claiming this is the exact moment when the truth finally came knocking on Jay-Z's door. And while fans keep tearing each other apart online, the real chaos is happening where cameras can't reach. Accountants are combing through decades of financial records. Lawyers are drawing up airtight exit strategies, and the Carter empire, once branded as unshakable, is splitting at the seams. This saga isn't just about one man's alleged son or one woman's heartbreak. It's about power, how it's built, how it slips away, and what happens when even the biggest icons in the world are forced to pay the price for secrets buried in their past. Jay-Z used to boast, "I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman," but now he's the business under investigation, and no amount of branding, no PR spin, no legendary catalog can protect him from the kind of truth stamped into official court documents. For the first time, the empire he wrapped in untouchable mystique looks exposed and breakable. As for Beyonce, silence has always been her weapon. She's the queen of moving in the shadows, curating her image like a luxury brand, controlled, flawless, unreachable. But this time, silence may not save her. This ruling didn't just rock Jay-Z's world, it dragged her name into the storm, whether she's ready for it or not. Her name is stamped on the joint accounts, her signature is etched into the company paperwork, and her face is tied to every corner of the empire now being ripped apart in court filings. The clock is ticking and fans are demanding answers. How much did Beyonce really know? Did she see this storm coming years ago and decide to quietly ride it out? Or was she blindsided like the rest of the world, watching her life detonate in real time? And the speculation is brutal. Some believe she stayed only to protect the brand, keeping the Carter name polished for the cameras. Others are convinced she's been plotting her exit in silence for years, playing the long game until the perfect moment to break free. Whatever the truth, one thing's certain: the narrative is out of her control, and the whispers behind the scenes are relentless. Industry insiders claim Beyonce has already shifted critical assets into her own corporate umbrella. Property titles switched, music catalogs reevaluated, touring contracts quietly rewritten. It's like watching someone wrap their crown jewels in velvet and hide them away before the castle goes up in flames. She's not tweeting, she's not ranting, she's preparing for the fallout. She's not just a mogul, she's a wife, a mother, and a woman who has already survived public betrayal once before. She took that pain and turned it into lemonade, flipping heartbreak into a cultural anthem. But this isn't something you can remix into art. This is a legal war, an empire-level fallout that threatens her legacy and her children's future. And if the whispers are true, that Jay-Z may have more children out there, real or alleged, the betrayal cuts deeper than just her marriage. It strikes at the foundation of everything her family was supposed to inherit. And here's the darkest twist: this might not be the end. Rymir's victory has emboldened others, and word is, another woman, Letitia, who once claimed to be Jay-Z's daughter, is preparing to step forward again. Her story was dismissed before, brushed off as rumor, but now, with the precedent Rymir just set, all it takes is one court willing to listen. If Letitia gets even a fraction of legal recognition, it could blow the doors wide open. Suddenly, the Carter empire isn't facing just one scandal. It's staring down the possibility of a flood of claims that could bury what's left of their brand. And for Jay-Z, this is a nightmare scenario. Every quiet dollar, every secret settlement, every alleged hush payment could now be dragged into the light, documented, and exposed. If those secrets exist, they won't stay buried for long, because discovery in court shows no mercy. And already, business partners are panicking. Agencies, platforms, luxury brands, they're all watching from a distance, terrified their names could get dragged into a bloodline scandal with billionaire stakes. The Carter empire was never just about music. It was real estate, fashion, sports, streaming, tech. It was power, reach, and dynasty. But right now, that dynasty is cracking from the inside out. And here's the dagger. If Beyonce walks away, this won't look like just another divorce. It'll feel like a public declaration. She refuses to sink with the ship. The fallout from that single choice could redefine celebrity culture for the next decade, because when Beyonce moves, the whole industry shifts. If she speaks, the world listens. If she acts, the industry follows. And suddenly, this isn't about Jay-Z's empire collapsing, it's about whether Beyonce will rise higher by stepping out of the wreckage. For the first time in years, all eyes are on her, not as Jay-Z's wife, not as one half of a super couple, but as a woman standing at a crossroads between loyalty and freedom. Every move she makes now could rewrite the definition of what it means to be powerful in Hollywood. So what do you think? Is Beyonce about to walk away from the Carters for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, share this video, and I'll see you on the next one.